What's happening, everybody? Shout out to all my Detroit players. Oh man, what a beautiful day here in Middle Tennessee. You can tell by the horrendous glare on this phone. So this should make this video extremely difficult to watch. But to continue on with my new series, What's the Deal? That was the worst Jerry Seinfeld impersonation I have ever heard or attempted. But in honor of what's the deal, what is the deal with me getting calls from friends and they have things, maybe a house to tear down, a building to empty, and me just jumping on it? Now, full disclosure, it is my decision. I absolutely appreciate the offers, but I'm overflowing with stuff and I don't need any large things. Recently, I had went to a storage unit, large storage unit that I'm hoping to obtain for myself, and I got a bunch of lighting on consignment. Almost all of it, well, all of it was new in the boxes other than one chandelier. Got a bunch of doorknobs new in the package, and they will sell, but it's going to take time. I listed them on Marketplace, some of the smaller items on the Bay, but I had, in response to that, other people call me, which again, I'm appreciative of. I'm not complaining whatsoever, although it will sound like I am. To go look at a house that's going to be tore down with a bunch of Ashley stoves, and I was on my way. And then it kind of hit me as I was cleaning up, washing up, showering, getting ready to leave. I've got a lot to do today. I realized I can't go down there and get this stuff. What am I going to do with it? I already got stuff sitting outside under tarps. So what's the deal? Well, it's easy to get excited, especially when picking. That's what I love to do. If you're a picker at heart, you know the feeling of getting stuff for inexpensive. Well, this particular deal, I was going to have to trade out a little bit of work, and I'm sure it's well worth it. An Ashley stove will sell for all kinds of money. But I got to thinking, I'm going to spend an entire day going down there, probably get some help, and then even if I sold it for like $800 an Ashley stove or something, you got to understand what your time is worth. Now, granted, I'd like to clear $800 a day. I'd be thrilled with that. But when it comes to shipping and storing, you got to count all that time too. How long is it going to take to sell? I got that day where I didn't make any money, working, whether picking and flipping or, building something. So it just isn't worth it. I don't have the storage for that. It's not something I need. I'm still trying to get through with my death pile. Been doing a good job with that. So I decided, even reluctantly, to call my friend back and say, hey man, I just can't do it unless these houses are full of collectibles and other stuff. It's just not worth it for me. I'm already well over what I need to have right now as far as sourcing. Of course, I would source smaller items that are easy to store and list. So that's the deal with that, is just be careful to not fall in love with every little thing, every opportunity you come across. Make wise decisions. Do the opposite of me, because I just love picking and it's hard for me to say no. But I did finally say no. I'm going to take care of what I have to take care of today. I have a full slate. Run my errands, get my shipping done, bid another deck, get ready to start it, load my tools in my truck, stuff like that. So that's the deal with that, is to answer my own question, is put your priorities, make what is first, keep it first, go through your list and be responsible. Yes, in this industry, I have found, if you're anything like me, scatterbrained, that you can end up wasting a day, or at least burning up a day. No day's a waste if you do anything, but as long as you do something. But you do not want to get caught up in just doing this. Like, I get shipping, for example. I get shipping, and then I pick an item up, I'll start listing a few. And I try to do this little trick with my mind where as I'm shipping, I list 1 or 2 items, but typically I get my shipping area covered with stuff while I'm shipping. And, sorry about that interruption. But I get my shipping area covered with stuff while I'm shipping, and then I move it to list a couple items, and I end up wasting minutes and seconds. And what you don't realize, or you may realize, or I finally realized, that those minutes add up. Next thing you know, it's 4 or 5 o'clock. I don't have a show ready. I've got 90% of my shipping done. I've got to get to the post office. I don't bring the packages in and set them on the counter where they can get scanned immediately. I put them on the loading dock, then I have late shipping. So things like that can happen. Even though you're doing what you think you should be doing, you end up not being as efficient as you need to be. Now, for some of these pros out here, they say they work very little, and that's the idea. I find myself working myself to the bone, whether it's organizing, picking, adjusting my store, getting ready for live shows, all that stuff. I have a lot to do, it feels like, especially to make the kind of money that I need and want to make. So that's my little advice for 2026, is get your process down, stick with it, and you will be a lot more efficient and wind up saving time. And that is my goal this year, is to be more efficient, picking and buying things with a high sell-through rate. That is my real goal, my number one goal, I should say. And that way I should see the results in my store, in my profit margin, and my bottom line. Some old advice I will bring back up is boxes. I kill it when I go to the Dollar General and get free boxes. I get such a variety of sizes. It seems like I have a box for everything I ship. And when I run low, I can tell because I have, similar sized boxes left, and I need something elongated or of an odd size. So get your free boxes at the Dollar General. Seems to be the best place for me. And that is my little advice for 2026. Good news today in Tennessee. The weather is going to be near 70. It's sunny, unseasonably warm, even for the south. And it just, it brightens my spirits. After Christmas, I'm ready for the cold weather to subside, even though I don't mind a little snow here and there. I like the 4 seasons. My dad lives in Florida. They asked me when we are going to move to Florida. Well, the problem is with me, sorry to all my Florida friends, I love visiting Florida. We go quite often, at least once a year it seems, whether it's on vacation, to Daytona, to surf, or we have basketball tournaments down there, things like that. But I love the 4 seasons. I would love, when I finally retire, if I ever get to sit on the rocks there off the coast and fish. And, I picture a Sunday afternoon, bring my lunch with me, catch what we're going to eat for dinner, clean the fish. I love speckled trout, and do that sort of thing. But right now, I love the 4 seasons. I love the hunt. Deer hunting in Florida is a lot different than Tennessee. Deer are smaller, and it's obviously warm all the time. So that's my deal with the Florida situation. Although I was telling my dad and my stepmother all the great opportunities in Florida. It's a gold mine. Yes, I'm telling the secret. There's so many opportunities to thrift, to yard sale, to do the bins, that sort of thing. But I would just spend my time here in Tennessee until otherwise But that's kind of my outlook on what's coming up in the new year. I say a lot. They say that's a bad sign of a bad vocabulary, so don't do that. I'm not going to say even though I just said it. So 2026, this is the year I crank up my yard selling. I am going to crank up my yard selling like every year, but my live selling. Sorry, Zen Dog. Live selling is something I've mentioned a ton that I love. It's not tremendous, but it's getting better. I have good shows, bad shows. That's part of live selling. My advice, if you're thinking about live selling, don't. And I don't mean that to discourage you. I mean, it is cut out for a small percentage of people. Not to try to discourage people so there's more competition, because there's plenty of opportunity for everyone. The bottom line is, if you have good stuff, it'll sell. But live selling takes a special sourcing. You've got to be able to buy really cheap, and you can't be attached to items. You know, if something's worth 40 bucks, 50 bucks, and it goes for $2, it is what it is. Hopefully you had 50 cents, a quarter, it was free, or $1 in it. If not, you will spend your time frustrated. So when I say don't, I mean just be aware that live selling, you have to have a certain personality. You have to have energy. There goes the You have to be dedicated to it, and it can be tough. But if you decide to do it, get after it. I will encourage you. Do it all the way. Don't do it halfway. Get in it. Stay committed. Realize you are going to lose before you win, but the wins can be tremendous. Back when I was selling on another platform, I was doing anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a week. And that became something I was more focused on than my static selling. But now that I'm doing less live selling, and hopefully that changes in the near future, my static selling has increased because I am focused on it. So there are two dragons in the world, and the one that grows is the one you feed. Oh, Confucius or Michael Scott, I don't know. But that's how it works in the real world. That's how it really works. That's the God's honest truth. So do it, and do it well. But I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. I just wanted to hop on. I am committing to doing more videos, even though to the dislike of some of you, I'm going to continue with videos. The fall off has not begun. The revolution will be televised right here on the Rad Picker channel. I do want to thank you all for viewing, subscribing, and even the haters. I love you too. That's the goal. Treat people well, do the right thing, and you will see good results. It works. So with that note, stay positive, stay picking, stay rad, until the next video where I just rant endlessly and use the word I love you, and I mean it.